I just say, dude?
Okay, this is a Stihl MS460 chainsaw, and today we're just going to go over a basic morning check of it. So before running it, we're going to look at the overall cleanliness and condition of the saw. It looks clean, no obvious major defects or chips or cracks out of it. We're going to start at this end and check our chain. First thing we're going to do is check the tension. We should be able to see about three of these tangs coming out. That's a good tension right there. Bar should be straight, rail straight, chain should move smoothly. When you move your chain, we always want to move it in the direction it's going so that we don't cut ourselves. That moves freely. Before doing that, you want to make sure your chain breaks off, which I already knew when we did this. When you're doing that, you want to be looking at your teeth and make sure that you're not missing more than 3 consecutive teeth or more than 5 total within the whole chain. You also want to make sure your chain is on the correct way. You have your raker here, this guy. That should be in front of your tooth, and that sets the depth of cutting. So there's a slight difference in height between these two. And that's how you know how much you're cutting. That's how you know it's on straight. That will be your raker in front of your tooth. Okay, we can push in our decompression switch to check our pull cord handle and string. This looks good. There's no excessive wear, debris. We can also pull it up through here. That's the area that gets worn most frequently. You can see that's a little more worn, but still in good condition. And we don't want to drop this. Just guide it back nice and easily. Check our chain brake function. Works. And we're going to check our air filter. Get that off. We already have it on full choke here, but you want to make sure that's on so your butterfly valve on your carburetor is closed to keep all debris out. Let's take a quick look. I just cleaned this so I know it's clean. Throw that back on. And we're going to check our bar oil is in front. There's a diagram here so you know it's bar oil, not gas, and that's going to be closer to your bar to help you remember. That's full. And give these caps a little twist after they're in, because sometimes they pop out and you get a leg full of bar oil. Gas, we run 50 to 1, 50 parts gas to 1 part 2-stroke oil, or we use the pre-mixed True Fuel with a minimum of 91 octane. That's full. Again, with the quarter turns, make sure that's good and tight. At this time, we're going to start the saw. We've run it recently, so I don't think we'll need to choke it. But if we were going to start it cold, we would put our on-off switch all the way down in the full choke position. We'd pull it until we heard a pop. We'd go up to half choke, and then after it started, we could just pull our throttle and it would go up to the on position. So we'll start it with our chain brake on, secure the saw, start right up, run it, you can see any bar oil down here. Alright, and then so we see a little line of bar oil that's just kicking off the chain, letting us know that our oiler's working, our bar's being properly lubricated. Gave it a few revs, that's checking the settings on the carburetor to make sure we're getting good throttle response, and our top end full throttle, the saw is at a proper level. The saw idles nicely. You want it to idle so that your chain is not moving. but high enough so that the saw is not going to die on you. Okay, and then a few troubleshooting items. If it's not starting, first thing you probably want to do is make sure your saw is turned on. Make sure that you do have fuel, and then you can go in and check and see if your spark plug is working. So to do that, you can just take a scrunch, pop off your spark plug boot, and then just untwist your spark plug here. We're just going to throw another one on here for time's sake. Just put it in here, have someone hold a piece of metal, pull it. Might get a little shock when they do it, but you should see a little spark in that gap. If it's flooded, you can set your chainsaw to the on position, have someone else hold it full throttle, and then pull it repeatedly, and it should start up after a little bit. Those are a couple basic troubleshooting techniques, and overall quick morning inspection of the Stihl MS460.
Thank you, Mr. Phelps.